example, I will show one graph likewise. Okay. So one parameter we have to take in x-axis, another parameter we have to take it in y-axis. Whether it is manufacturing company or IT sector or education institution or any kind of business based criteria. Okay, we can follow. So based on the line graph, we are going to discuss the first problem. So in a school, so this problem is based on education institution. Okay, in a school, the periodical examination are held every second month in a session during April 2001 to March 2002. A student of class 9th, so 9th standard students, they have taken as example, appeared for each of the periodical exams. The aggregate marks obtained by him in each periodical exams are so represented in the line graph. So line graph given below, this one there says, right? Study the graph and answer the questions based on it. Okay. Now explanation. So marks obtained by a student in 6 periodical exams. So 6 periodical exam means, for example, first midterm, then quarterly, then second midterm, then half-yearly, then third midterm or revision, then annual exam. Okay, likewise they are segregating in a various criteria. Okay, so held in every 2 months during the year in a session. So starts from 2001 to 2002. Okay, look at the graph. The slide is visible to everybody, pa? Without any distraction.
Yes.
Okay, fine. So look at the graph. In x-axis, they are taking so periodical exams. Okay, so April 2001 to February 2002. Okay, in y-axis, they have taken marks. Okay, so marks up to 500. Okay, so look at the top. Maximum total marks in each periodical exam. Okay, maximum marks is 500. So between 360 to 405 only the line graph, okay, will be, right? That's what they have taken this much. Okay, fine. So now shall we go for the questions part? Question number 1. The total number of marks obtained in February 2002 is what percentage of the total marks obtained in April 2001? Okay, question mark. So look at the x-axis bar. In x-axis they have taken periodical exams. In y-axis they have taken so marks, okay, based on himself. Okay, so in April 2001 how much mark? 360. June 2001 how much mark? 365. Okay, between 360 to 370, 365. Okay, then August 2001 370, October 2001 385, then December 2001 400, then February 2002 it will be 405. Okay, for your understanding purpose only. Okay, I said this one. So for based on the question, they given some options. Okay, what they are asking in the question: total number of marks obtained, okay, February 2002, okay, is what percentage of the total marks obtained in April 2001? Okay, options also they given based on the question. Option A 110%, option B 112.5%, option C 115%, option D so 116.5%. Okay, now we have to find out the percentage. Okay, required percentage formula we know, right? Fine. So what they are asking, February 2002, okay, and then April 2001. Okay, so now we go back to the graph. February 2002 how much? 405. Okay, April 2001 how much mark? 360, right? Fine. Now 405 divided by 360, so multiply with the so 100, we can find out the percentage of so 112.5%. Okay, so based on the question, option B is the answer. Okay, 112.5%. Okay, understood. By the same manner only for upcoming, okay, so problems, that means questions also. So question number 2, what are the average marks obtained by the student in all the periodical exams during the session? Okay, so how many marks they given? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So 6 months, right? So 6 various periodical exams, right? So based on that, we have to take the average. Okay, options also they given for this question. Option A 373, option B 379, option C 381, option D 385. Okay, so we have to take the average of all the marks. Okay, 360 plus 365. Look at that. Then 370. Then October 2001 is a 385. Then December 2001 mark is 400. Finally February 2002 mark is 405. Okay, so 6 various periodical exams, right? So divided by 6. So we are getting 380.83, approximately 381 percentage. Okay, so 381 will be there in the question, right? Is there option C? 381 is the answer for this question. Okay, understood pa? The same manner they're going to discuss upcoming questions also. Right? Now question number 3. What is the percentage of marks obtained by the student in the periodical exams of August 2001 and October 2001 taken together? Okay, so combined together we have to explain. Okay, we have to find out. So based on the questions, they given some options also. Option A 73.25 percentage, option B 75.5 percentage, option C 77 percentage, option D 78.75 percentage. Okay, now we are going for the solution required percentage. Okay, so between August 2001 and October 2001. Okay, go for a line graph. Okay, so August 2001 mark is 370, October 2001 mark is 385, right? Look at that. Okay, 370 by, so 500 plus 385 by 500. 500 is total amount of marks. Okay, because of taken together. Okay, so multiply with the 100, we can find out the percentage. So how much percentage we are getting? 75.5 percentage. Okay, so 75.5 is there in the option, right? Is there B as a option? Okay, so B option 75.5 percentage. Okay, okay, fine. Next, fourth question. In which periodical exams there is fall in percentage of marks as compared to the previous periodical exam? Okay, in which, look at the question properly, in which periodical exams there is fall in percentage of marks as compared to the previous periodical exams? Okay, based on the questions they given some options also. Option A June 2001, option B October 2001, option C February 2002, option D none. Okay, so now look at the line graph. Is there any falling of line between April 2001 to February 2002?
Sir,
Yes, please.
sir, how you are marking 2001 and 2002 those years on the graph, sir? Means in the graph you are showing and marking the 2001 and 2002 years, no, sir. How you are marking it, sir?
Which one? What?
Suppose October they given means from the August to October they given means you will mark up 2001 and 2003, 2004 in the graph, no, sir. By 370, 370, by 380. How you will mark it, sir? For example, 2001 means in graph, how we want to consider, sir, means how we want to plot, sir.
2001 means?
Yes, sir, 2001 or 2005. Any example, sir? In graph, how we want to mark, sir?
2000.
Example, June 2001 means how you want to take, sir?
June 2001, how much they given? 365. Adjacent, okay, adjacent graph values only they will ask you, most probably. Then only combined together we can take, because of consecutive years, right? Consecutive exams.
Yes, sir.
Okay, consecutive only they will give like this only, consecutive. Okay, not random order and all. Okay, bye.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay, fine. So in which periodical exams there is fall in percentage of marks as compared to the previous periodical exams, right? So now go back to the graph. So there is no fall on the line, isn't it? Because of the line is only increasing in a progressive manner. Look at that in ascending order. Okay, increasing the values only, there is no decreasing at all between between April 2001 to February 2002, only increasing in a progressive manner. Okay, so now go for the solution. I will read it simply. Okay, you can understand easily. As it clear from the graph, the total marks obtained in the periodical exams go on increasing. Okay, just now I told you, right? Only in increasing manner. Okay, there is no decreasing at all. Okay, increasing since the maximum marks for all the periodical exams are same. Okay, it implies that the percentage of marks also goes on increasing. Because of marks is increasing, means percentage also increasing. Okay, thus in none of the periodical exams there is a fall in percentage of marks compared to the previous exams. Okay, so that's what the option is none. There is no any specific option. Okay, okay, fine. Now question number 5 or 5th question. In which periodical exams did the student obtain the highest percentage increase in marks over the previous periodical exams? Okay, again I'm going to read out the question once again. In which periodical exams did the student obtain the highest percentage increase in the marks over the previous periodical exams? So we have to compare for previous periodical exams as well as present periodical exam. Okay, based on the questions they given some options also. Option A June 2001, option B August 2001, option C October 2001, option D December 2001. Okay, now we are going for the solution. Look at that part. The percentage increase in marks, only the adjacent. Okay, so that means nearby the periodical exam marks. First of all, June 2001. Okay, so we have to compare with the previous one. Okay, because of we are not supposed to consider. Okay, so April, because of the previous periodical exam is not there. Okay, only the exam start. Okay, so from April onwards, right? That's what we have to consider for June, August, October, December until February. Okay, we are not supposed to consider April. Okay, so June 2001, how much mark? 365. April 2001, how much mark? 360. We have to compare for both and take the percentage. Look at that part. So for June 2001, so how much percentage we are getting? So 1.39 percentage. Okay, so likewise for August, so August means we have to compare for June. Okay, then October, then December, then February. Okay, so we are taking the percentage of so all 5 so periodical exams. Okay, so now look at the percentage bar. So June, how much we are getting? So 1.39 percentage. For August periodical exam, so 1.37. For October, 4.05. For December, 3.90. For February 2002, 1.25. Okay, so in question what they are asking, highest percentage. Okay, so highest percentage. So how much? 4.05 percentage. Okay, so is there in the periodical month of October 2001. Okay, so the option C is the answer for the question. Okay, pa, understood by all of you? Because of based on this, okay, so problem only we are going to discuss the upcoming, okay, sums also. Just a minute, pa. Okay, fine. So we are going for the next problem. Okay, so problem number 2. Study the following line graph and answer the question based on it. Okay, now when I was starting the class itself, I told you, right, the line graph is based on manufacturing. Okay, so and then for education institution, business, okay, so and then automobile based. Okay, likewise only they will ask you most probably because of easy to learn. Okay, easy to understand, that's why. Okay, so they are giving like this. So the number of vehicle manufacturing, company. Okay, so manufactured by two companies over the year. Okay, so number in thousand. So X company and then Y company. Okay, so X company represented in a violet color, Y company represented in a black color. Okay, now look at the line graph first. In Y axis, okay, they have taken number of vehicles, okay, in thousands. Look at the important point for number in thousands. I will tell you how to consider. Okay, don't worry. In x-axis, years, they have taken years. Okay, 1997, 98, 99, 200, sorry, 2000, so 2001 and 2002. Okay, so 1997 to until 2002 years they have taken, right? Now values, numbers we have to consider in thousands, right? Look at that part. In X manufacturing company, X manufacturing company, I have represented in a violet color. Okay, so 119, 99, 141, 78, 120, 159. How to consider in thousands? For example, 1,19,000. Okay, so 9,000. 99,000. Okay, now 1,41,000. Okay, 78,000, 1,20,000. Okay, so 1,59,000. Likewise, we have to consider. That's what in thousands. Okay, likewise only for Y manufacturing company also. Okay, this is the manufacturing vehicle manufacturing company, two companies given in a period of 1997 to 2002 years, right? Shall we go for the question? So if you are going for the question means easily can understand, don't worry. Look at the first question bar. What is the difference between the total productions of the two companies in a given years? The total production of two companies. What are two companies? X and Y companies. Okay, so number in thousands, right? Number in thousands. Look at that part, how they given. Okay, so that's what option A 19,000, option B 22,000, option C 26,000, option D 28,000. Number in thousands. Okay, that's what we have to consider like this. Now we are going for the solution. Okay, for X manufacturing company, this one. Okay, 1,19,000, 99,000, 1,41,000. Likewise, Y manufacturing company 1,39,000. Likewise, you have to add together. Okay, look at that. Now we are going for the solution. From the line graph, it is clear that the productions of company X in the given years, okay, 1997, 98, 99, 2000 and 2001 and 2002. Okay, the values we have to find out. I told you, right? Look at that part. Okay, 119 is there, but 1,19,000 you have to consider. Okay, then 99 value is there in 1998. So 99,000, because that's what they given in the key point, numbers in thousand. Okay, okay, fine. So likewise, we have to take all those values from the line graph here respectively, and those of companies Y. Likewise, Y company. Okay, 1,39,000. Okay, look at that, 1,39,000. Okay, now, okay, so 1,20,000. Okay, 1,20,000. Okay. So now 100 is there, right? So 1 lakh because of numbers in thousand, right? So 1 lakh. So 1,28,000. Okay, so 1,07,000 and 1,48,000 respectively. These values are belongs to Y manufacturing company, right? Now the total production only, right? So look at the question what they are asking. What is the difference between the total productions of the two companies? Okay. Difference between total production of the two companies, difference, right? Now we have to add it together X manufacturing company values in the given year from 1997 to 2002, right? We can add together means we are getting, okay, 7,16,000. Now likewise, the total production of company Y from 1997 to 2000 add together means we are getting, okay, so 7,42,000. Now, what they are asking in the question, the difference between the total production of the two companies, right? The difference in X manufacturing company is 7,16,000, Y manufacturing company 74,000, sorry, 7 lakhs 5,000, right? We can subtract means we can get, okay, so 26,000 is the answer for the question. Is there in the option, right? 26,000, option C is the answer. Understood? Now we are going for the next question part. Question number 2. What is the difference between the number of vehicles manufacturing by company Y in 2000 and 2001? Okay, only 2 years they are asking. Difference between the number of vehicles. Okay, in 2000 how much vehicles they are manufacturing? The same manner. Okay, in 2001 how much vehicles they are manufacturing? We can subtract from one another. We can get the answer. Okay, required difference equal to, okay, in 2000 X. How much? Okay, so 78,000. Okay, in Y 1,28,000. Okay, we can find out the difference. Okay, so 21,000 we are getting. Okay, this is the answer for the question. So 21,000, option D. Right? The same manner, the same like next question we are going to discuss. So what is the average number of vehicles manufacturing by company X over the given period? Okay, now average we have to take. So who manufacturing vehicle? Okay, two manufacturing companies, right? X and Y. But here they are asking only for X. Okay, options also the given, option A, option B, option C, and option D. Okay, now we have to take the average of X manufacturing company. Okay, X manufacturing company means the violet, okay, so indicating line values we can take from the line graph, then we can find out the average, means we can get the answer. Okay, so 1,19,333 is the answer for the question. So option A is the answer. Right? Next, question number 4. In which of the following years the difference between the productions of companies X and Y was the maximum among the given years? Okay, so once again I am repeating the question. In which of the following years the difference between the production of companies X and Y was the maximum among the given years? Okay, we have to compare for X and Y both together. Okay, then we have to see the difference. So in which year the difference is the maximum? Okay, we have to find out. Just a minute. Now look at the solution bar. The difference between the production of companies, okay, X and Y in the various years, right? Now for 1997, okay, 1997 values, X and Y. Okay, in X 1,19,000, in Y 1,39,000. Okay, the difference we have to consider. Okay, so 20,000 the difference. Likewise for 1998, okay, so 21,000 is the difference. Likewise 1999, okay, 41,000 is the difference. Likewise for 2000, 50,000 is the difference. Likewise for 2001, 13,000 is the difference. So 2002, 11,000. Okay, now we can compare for all the values. Okay, where the maximum, okay, difference will be 41,000. Maximum is in 2000 year. Okay, manufacturing company. Okay, difference is 50,000. Okay, vehicle difference is there, right? Clearly the maximum difference, okay, in 2000 year. Now the option is B is the answer for the question, right? Okay, fine. Next, question number 5. The production of company Y in 2000 was approximately what percentage of the production of company X in the same year? Okay, once again repeating the question. The production of company Y in 2000 was approximately what percentage of the production of X in the same year? Options also the given, option A 173, option B 164, option C 132, option D 97. Okay, so in 2000, right? In 2000 year, okay, so Y and X value we have to take and find out the percentage. Means, okay, so 164 we are getting. Okay, so 164 is the answer for the question. Okay, understood, pa? So this is the manufacturing companies, two companies X and Y, okay, vehicle manufacturing companies, problems, line graph we discussed, right? Shall we go for the next one? So now problem number 3. This problem is based on institution, okay, particularly for school part, okay, during the years, okay. So how much students are joining, how much students are leaving, okay, that's what we have to consider. Okay, look at the question bar. Study the following line graph which gives the number of students who have joined and who have left the school in the beginning of the year for 6 years from 1996 to 2000. Okay, for 6 years. So the given, okay, for 6 years, how much students are joining, how many students are, okay, so relieving, we have to consider. Look at that. The initial strength, because of the year starts from 1996, right? The initial strength we doesn't know. Okay, that's what they given the initial strength. This is a key point of the problem. Okay, this is the key point, most important key point. The initial strength of the school in 1995. Okay, so how much? 3,000 students, right? Now in x-axis they have taken years, academic years. In y-axis they have taken number of students. Okay, so that's what, based on that, two line graphs they given because of, so into mark line graph, okay, the point represented as number of students left, who have left, right? The dot, okay, dotted, okay, so line graph, okay, dot line graph represented as number of students who have joined, right? Now before we are going for the question, so shall we can interpret the graph, because of then only it will be easy for us. Okay, look at that part. So many questions are there, the same previous, okay, line graphs we discussed already. Now somewhat easily can understand. Before solving the questions, we shall analyze the graph. Okay, before solving the questions, we analyze the graph. Okay, so because of values and all, we can interpret. Okay, means it will be easy for us to calculate. Okay, that's what. In 1996, okay, so how much value per number of students left, who have left in 1996, okay, 250. At the same time, who have joined 350. Okay, 1996 number of students left 250, number of students who have joined 350. Likewise 1997, okay, look at 1997, okay, number of students who have left means, okay, so into mark, right? 450 who have joined, okay, 300. Now look at that 1997 years per number of students left 450, number of students joined 300. The same manner only for all those years, 1998, 1999, 2000 and 2001. Likewise, we can interpret from the line graph. It will be easy for us to calculate. Okay, that's what is one among the key points based on this problem. Okay, now therefore the number of students studying in the school in various years. Okay, just now we segregated from one another, right? Number of students who have joined, number of students who have left. Likewise, now in a given year, how many students are studying, that we should know. Then only it will be easy, okay, to calculate, right? Look at that. In 1995 year is not there, okay, but they given as a key point, right? Look at that part. Initial strength of the school in 1995, 3,000. Okay, that's what is a given value. Okay, now we are going for 1996 year. Okay, so given value, initial strength is 3,000, right? So look at the previous one in 1996. How many students who have left? How many students who have joined? Okay, so we can do that values. We can get the present, how many students are there in the school at the present year, we can find out. Okay, in 1996, 250 students who have left. That's what, minus 250 plus 350 students who have joined. Okay, so then 3,100 students are there in 1996. Likewise, 1997, 2,950 students are there. In 1998, 3,000 students are there. In 1999, 3,150 students are there. In 2000, 3,100 students are there. In 2001, 3,200 students are there. Okay, so this is the interpret data, interpret values, right? So hereafter only we are move on to the question side. Okay, look at that. The strength of the school increased or decreased from 1997 to 1998 by approximately what percentage? Okay, 1997 to 1998, whether the strength of the school are increasing or decreasing, we have to find out. Okay, based on the question, they given some options also. Option A 1.2 percentage, option B 1.7 percentage, option C 2.1 percentage, option D 2.4 percentage. Okay, now we are move on to the problem. The percentage increase in the strength of the school from 1997 to 1998. Okay, look at that for 1997, 2,950, 1998, 3,000, right? So we can take the percentage between these 2 years. Okay, 1.69. Okay, percentage is coming approximately 1.7 percentage. Okay, so 1.7 is there in the option, right? Option B is the answer. Understood? Fine. Next. Question number 2. The number of students studying in the school during 1999 was. Okay, very easy question this one. In 1999, how much students are studying? Okay, so 3,150. Okay, so option D is the answer. How? Okay, we have taken easily because already we interpret those values from the graph. Okay, boys are able to understand, otherwise it's too difficult to interpret. Okay, this is easy to interpret. Okay, so easy way you can interpret initially, it will be easy for you to calculate. Okay, otherwise again you have to move on to the graphs side. Okay, again you have to find out the value, again you have to do likewise. That means how much students are left from the school. Okay, you have to subtract, then how many students who have joined you have to add. Okay, then you can get this. Okay, okay, fine. Now question number 3. During which of the following pair of years the strength of the school was same? Okay, any two. Okay, so a pair of years the strength of the school is same. Okay, options also they given based on the question. Option A 1999 and 2001, option B 1998 and 2000, option C 1997 and 1998, option D 1996 and 2000. Okay, so during which of the following pair of years the strength of the school was same. Now again we don't want to move on to the graphical side, graph side. Okay, because of already we interpret the values. Okay, you can compare for all those years. For 1995 3000, 1996 3100, 1997 2950, 1998 3000, 1999 3150, 2000 3100, 2001 3200. You compare. Okay, so which 2 years are the same? 1996. Okay, here how much students they are maintaining the academic year? Okay, so 3100. Likewise in 2000, 3100. Okay, these 2 years are same, right? Look at that part. Okay, option D is the answer. Okay, 1996 and 2000. That's what they given as calculated above. In this, in the year 1996 and 2000, the strength of the school was same. Okay, that is how much? So 3100. Okay, okay, fine. Next question. Question number 4. The number of students studying in the school in 1998 was what percentage of the number of students studying in the school in 2001? Okay, so now we have to compare for 1998 and 2000 years. Okay, options also the given based on the question. So option A 92.13, option B 93.75 percentage, option C 96.88 percentage, option D 97.25 percentage. Now we move on to the solution side. Okay, so in 1998, in 2001, how much value? Look at that part. In 1998, 3000, 2001, 3200. Now you can compare for both years and find out the percentage. Okay, so required percentage 93.75. 75%. Okay, is there in the option? Option B is the answer. Okay, so this kind of line graph problems is very easy. Okay, so you have to interpret the data correctly from the line graph. It will be easy for you to calculate, right? Fine. So next, question number 5. Among the given years, the largest number of students joined in the school. Okay, the largest number of students joined in the school. Okay, already we interpreted the data, right? Look at that part. We have joined maximum only they are asking, right? Among the given years, the largest, yeah, largest means maximum, largest number of students joined the school, right? Look at that part. 1996, 350, 1997, 300 students have joined. 1998, 450 students have been joined. 1999, 500 students have been joined. 2000, 400 students have been joined. 2001, 550 students have been joined. So which is the maximum? 550 only the maximum. Okay, in 2001, right? So that is the option C, 2001. As calculated above, the largest number of students, that is 550 students, have been joined in their school in the given year. Okay, so which year? 2001 year. Okay. Okay. So we'll move on to the next question. Question number 6. For which year the percentage rise or fall in the number of students who left in the school compared to the previous year is maximum? Okay, so we have to compare the previous year. For example, okay, so 1998 means we have to compare for 1997. 1999 means we have to compare for 1998. Likewise, okay, so rise or fall in the number of students who left the school compared to the previous year is maximum. Okay, so based on that, they given some options also. Option A 1997, option B 1998, option C 1999, option D 2000. Okay, now the solution. For 1997, okay, we have to consider. So we have to compare to the previous one. Okay, look at that part. 1997 value. Okay, 450 we have to compare with the 250. Likewise, 1998, 400 we have to compare with the 450. Okay, left only they are asking, right? Yes, who left the school. Okay, that's what we can find out the percentage. We have to compare the previous year. Okay, so likewise, if you are doing the calculation for 1997, how much we are getting? 80%. In 1998, how much we are getting? 11.11%. In 1999, how much we are getting? 12.5%. For 2000, how much we are getting? 28.5%. In 2001, how much we are getting? 0% because of 450, right? Same values. Now, look at the question for rise or fall, right? So how we have to mention rise, how we have to mention fall? Look at the graph part. Okay, so rise means 1996 to 1997. Okay, we are left only, right? Look at this. Between these 2 years is rising. Okay, but 1997 to 1998, the value is falling line, the decreasing order, right? 1998 to 1999, descending. Look at that. Then again, 1999 to 2000, it is increasing. Okay, then 2000 to 2001 is a maintaining. Okay, near same value, right? So this one raise, this one fall, raise, then okay, no changes, right? The number of students who left the school compared to the previous year is maximum, they are asking, right? Look at that part. See, is maximum year 80, 11, 12, 28, 0. So 80% is the maximum. In which year? 1997. So option A is the answer, 1997. Okay. Now, so finally, clearly, the maximum percentage rise or fall in the year is 1997. Okay. Okay, fine. Now we are move on to the next question. Question number 7. So based on the line graph, they given some questions. Okay, so minimum 3 questions or maximum 7 or 8 questions, whatever it may be. Okay, so anything else they will give, right? Fine. So question number 7, the ratio of the least number of students who joined the school to the maximum number of students who left the school in any of the year during the given period is. Okay, so try to understand the question what they are asking. Okay, in any given year. Okay, so any given year, students who have joined the school. Okay, so least number of students who have joined the school. Okay, to the max number of students who have left the school, we have to compare, right? Okay, least number of students who joined the school. Look at that part. Least number of students who have joined the school. 350, 300, 450, 500, 400, 550. Okay, so left the school 250, 450, 400, 350, 450, then 450, right? Now, based on this, okay, so 300 is the least number of students who have joined the school divided by 450 is the max number of students who have left the school. Okay, so we can find out the ratio means 2:3 ratio, right? So 2:3 is there in the option B, right? This is the ratio of the least number of students who have joined. Okay, least number we have to take. Then likewise, max number of students who have left the school. The ratio you can find out is the answer for the line graph. Okay, fine. So hope you all able to understand whatever I am teaching. Okay. So boys, are you there? So now we are move on to the next problem, pa. Okay. My voice is audible to everybody, pa, without any distraction.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay, pa, okay.
Yes,
Fine.
sir.
Sorry, girls also is there, na? Forget it. Sorry, pa. Now, problem number 4. Okay. The following line graph gives the percentage of the number of candidates who qualified an examination out of the total number of candidates who appeared for the examination over a period of 7 years from 1994 to 2000. Study the graph and answer the questions based on it. Okay, most probably education institution only they are giving because of easy to understand. Okay, people are belongs to education department, right? That's what. So percentage of candidates qualified to appear in an examination over the year. So now I will show the. Now I am showing the line graph. Okay. So in here they have given the x-axis. They have taken in the x-axis. Okay. So percentage they have taken in the y-axis. Number of candidates who qualified an examination. Right. So values. According to this line graph, they given one in a single line. Okay, in 1994, 30, 1995, 50, 1996, 60, 1997, again decreasing. 50, in 1998, 80, in 1999, there is no changes. Again 80, in 2000, it is falling, 60. Okay, so while you are focusing on the line graph, okay, you should know. Okay, so whether the line is okay, so falling or rising, as well as whether the values are okay same or varying likewise. Okay, so this kind of key points, if you are keeping in your mind carefully, it is easy to interpret the values, right? Now we are move on to the questions here. Now questions. The difference between the percentages of candidates qualified to appear was maximum in which of the following pair of years? Okay, the difference between the percentages of candidates qualified to appear was maximum in which of the following pair of years? Okay, Students, is audible, pa? Students, my voice is audible. Students, are you there? Okay, sorry for the interruption, pa. Okay, due to some network issues. Okay, fine. So until we have discussed placement, okay, so based on a line graph, right? Now we are going to discuss based on ages, right? Problem based on ages. So before we are going to enter the ages problems, I'm going to teach some basics, okay, based on the ages, right? Look at the important formulas on ages. If the current age is x, okay, current age is considered as x, then n times the age is n into x. Okay. Next, if the current age is x, then age n years later or hence. Okay. So x plus n. Likewise, we have to consider. Okay. If the current age is x, then age n years ago. Okay. So n years ago means the previous, right? So x minus n. Okay. Okay, fine. Next, the age in ratio. Ratio means, okay, a is to b. Okay, ratio means a is to b. Okay, will be so ax and bx. Okay, the current age is x, then 1 by n of the ages is x by n. Okay, these are all the so general formulas, okay, based on ages, right? Now we are move on to the so problem side. Okay, so first problem, a father is aged 3 times more than his son Ronit. Okay, so after 8 years, he would be 2.5 times of Ronit's age. Okay, after further 8 years, how many times would he be of Ronit's age? Once again, I am repeating the problem. A father's age 3 times more than his son. Son name is Ronit. Okay, after 8 years, he would be 2.5 times of Ronit's age. Okay, after further 8 years, okay, how many times would be the Ronit's age? They are asking. Based on the problem, they given some options: option A, option B, option C, and option D. Okay, now we are move on to the solution side. Look at that. Let's Ronit's present age. Okay, so present age of Ronit's we doesn't know. That's what we are keeping as x. We kept as x, right? X years. Then father's present age. Okay, so father's present age is so 3 times more than his son, right? So that's what. Okay, so son age is x plus 3 times, right? So 3x. Okay, so 3x years equal to so x plus 3x equal to 4 years. Okay, this is the so father's present age. Okay, but son Ronit age is x, right? Look at that part. So therefore, okay, so 4x, right? So 4x plus after 8 years. Look at the question part. After 8 years, right? That's what plus 8. Okay, so equal to. So in the question, they are asking, okay, he would be 2.5 times of Ronit's age, right? 2.5 times. So 2.5 times shall we can write 5 by 2, no? Okay, 5 by 2. Okay, so into x plus 8. X is a Ronit's age. Okay, after 8 years, right? Look at that. Again, after further 8 years. That's what? X plus 8. Understood? Now, we have to do the cross multiplication. Okay, so 8 into, so 8 plus x, 8x plus 8 2s are 16. Okay, equal to 5 into x 5x plus 5 8s are 40. Okay, so now we can simplify this one. Okay, so 16. Okay, we'll take into that side. Okay, so 40 minus 6, right? 5x you can take this side. Okay, 8x minus 5x, so 3x equal to 24 if you are simplifying this. From this we need only for x, right? Okay, so x we need, so x equal to 24 by 3, so x equal to 8. Okay, now hence required ratio we need, okay, fathers. First of all, ratio means fathers divided by son, right? Father's age is how we can consider 4x, right? 8 years to 8 years is there, right? Look at the first after 8 years, then again after further 8 years. So how many years overall? 16 years. That's what, plus 16 divided by son. Son age is, that means Ronit age is x only, right? Divided by x plus that 8 years, right? So 16 equal to. Okay. Now x value we know, right? X equal to 8. So 4 into 8, 32 plus 16, so 48. Likewise, 8 plus 16 means 24. So 48 by 24 equal to 2. Okay, 2 is the answer for this. Okay, option A is the answer. Understood, pa? The same like upcoming problems also. Okay, that's what I taught you in the beginning. Okay, some general formulas based on age. Okay, now problem number 2. The sum of ages of 5 children born at the intervals of 3 years, each is 50 years. Okay, what is the age of the youngest child? Once again I am repeating the problem. The sum of ages of 5 children. The sum of ages of 5 children, so born at the intervals of 3 years. Okay, each is 50 years overall. What is the ages of the youngest child? Okay, based on the age problem, they given some options also. Option A 4 years, option B 8 years, option C 10 years, option D 9.5 years. Okay, now we are move on to the explanation side. Okay, the ages of children. So ages of 5 children, right? So intervals of 3 years, right? Look at that. First children, we can consider as x, 3 years gap between 2 children, right? Second is between x plus 3. Then third children, x plus 6. Fourth children, x plus 9. Then fifth children, x plus 12 years, right? Excuse me. Now each of the years is overall 50 years, right? That's what. So 50 years. Now we can add together of those 5 children equal to 50 years, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5x is there, right? So 5x. So how many years between 2 children? So 3, 6, 9, 18. Okay, so 20, 30. Okay, so 30 years, right? So this 30 we can take into that side. 50 minus 30, so 20. So these 5x to can add together 5x. 5x equal to 20. From this x we need. Okay, so x equal to 20 by 5. So x equal to 4. Now age of the youngest child is how much? X is equal to 4 years. Understood? So now go for the option A. 4 years is the answer for the problem. Okay. Same manner only the upcoming problems also. Now we are move on to the problem number 3. A father said to his son, I was as old as you are at the present, at the time of your birth. Okay, at the time of your birth, I was old, he said, but it doesn't say how much age. Okay, so if the father's age is 38 years now at present there says the son age 5 years back, how much they ask. Okay, options also they given based on this, the same previous problems, right? Manner only. Let's the son present age doesn't know. That's what we kept as x years, right? Okay, then so father's age at present age only they given, right? How much? 38. So 38 minus x, okay, equal to x. right? Now, okay, this minus x will go to that side, okay, plus x, so x plus x equal to 2x, okay, 2x equal to 38. Okay, from this we need only for x, so x equal to 38 by 2, okay, equal to 19. Okay, now the sun age, okay, after 5 years back, okay, so 5 years back only they given, right? Yes, look at the sun age after 5 years back. Okay, so that's what x we knows. From x we can subtract 5, okay, equal to 4. This is the, okay, so sorry, equal to 14. This is the sun age. Okay, sun age in the beginning. Okay, look at the option part. Option A is the answer for this. Okay, fine. The same manner only the upcoming problems also. Okay, problem number 4. A is 2 years older than B. Okay, who's twice as old as C. Once again repeating, A is 2 years older than B. Okay, so who is twice as old as C. Okay, but still B value didn't give. The total of the age of A, B and C. Okay, total value they given 27. Okay, then how old is B? So B age is only they are asking, right? Options also they given based on the problem. Option A 7, option B 8, option C 9, option D 10, option E also they given, option E 11. Okay, so look at the problem part. Let's C age. Okay, C age. Okay, so does he know? That's what we can get as X. Then B ages. Okay, so look at that B who's twice as B twice, right? So C age is X means B age is 2X. Okay, that's what 2X, right? Next, A's age. Okay, look at that A's age. Okay, A is 2 years older than B, right? Look at that part. 2 years older. Okay, 2X plus 2. Okay, now we can go for the problem. Okay, simplification 1. Now A plus B plus C. Okay, now A's age is 2x plus 2 plus B's age is 2x plus C's age is x equal to how much? 27 they given. Okay, 27 total ages. Okay, now we can simplify this one. 2x plus 2x plus x, so 5x equal to, okay, so already 2 is there plus 2 4. These 4 we can take to the side minus, sorry, yes, no 2 only is there. Okay, 2x plus x, so 5x. 2 only is there, you can take that side. 27 minus 2 25, right? From this, okay, we need only for x, so x equal to 25 by 5, okay, equal to 5, so x equal to 5. So this is the value what they are asking in the problem. Okay, so how old is B? Okay, look at that, B's age is 2x. X we found how much? 5. Now B's age means 2 into x. That's what 2 times. So 10 years. Okay, 10 years is there in the option, right? Yes, is there. Okay, D is a 10 years. Understood? Okay, fine. So likewise only the upcoming problems also. Okay. Okay, fine. We are reaching the time. So hope you all understand very well. Okay, if you have any doubt, okay, personally you can contact me and ask your doubt. Okay. So okay, fine. Thank you for your cooperation. Thank you, Ananda.